Good morning, crime fiction fans, and welcome to Crime Fiction Theater once again. We have an exciting guest host for you today, none other than our old friend, William Shakespeare. Hi, take a bow, Will. Okay, that's enough. Hi, William Shakespeare here, and I want to talk to you a little bit about language. Yes, language. I've heard the language some of you people used when you found out the reading list for this course. Not very nice. Lifebuoy, Palmolive soap, Zest. But for many years, English language has tried to simplify, to create a language that people would be able, common people, everyday people would be able to understand. It would be unpretentious. It would be the language of every man. And perhaps nowhere but crime fiction, particularly hard-boiled fiction, did this idea of a common language, a language of everyday people, come into play. Hard-boiled fiction has a language that's all its own. It's kind of an argot, a language of the streets, a language of the people. It's very colorful, it's very vivid, and yes, much of it comes from Black Mask, the ancient quarterly magazine for detective fiction, the classic in the field. And here we have a real Black Mask. Yes, it's the Lone Ranger's Black Mask, but he's in the shower right now, so he won't be needing it. But as I say, the language of hard-boiled detective fiction is very vivid, and practically everyone from the 1920s on seems to try to emulate it with greater or lesser success. Now, a lot of it seems a little bit dated, particularly from the Black Mask period. If you remember the Black Mask period, the 20s, the 30s, Raymond Chandler, Dashiell Hammett. And as I say, the language is a bit dated, but it's certainly colorful. Terms like gams for legs, gat for gun, giggle juice for gin, usually bathtub, glom, meaning to steal, goon, a bad guy, gunsel, one of my favorites. I mean, when's the last time you've called someone a gunsel, been called a gunsel? Would it be something that you would say in the presence of your mother? Probably not. But this is a colorful language. It was a language created to make people want to read more, to make people feel that they were a part of some larger experience, larger cultural experience. My favorite, and this is just the G's we're dealing with today, because it's, of course, called Glit, and notice how little glitter is actually in the course, because this is about hard-boiled noir detective fiction. My favorite is The Gumshoe. The Gumshoe was originally developed in England as a tennis shoe. They were called plimsolls, but they never quite caught on. In the United States, a gumshoe was a sneaker, kind of an unsavory term, sneaking about, gumshoe, moving quietly. And a gumshoe is also a detective. And if you're of a certain age or certain profession perhaps, you may remember the term felony flyers. Well, here we have a pair of felony flyers in pretty good shape. So if you were a gumshoe, you might be on the lookout for someone in a pair of felony flyers. And these were what people wore to do dirty deeds back in the 20s and 30s. They're a little hard to find today, so you might look into Converse if you want to go gumshoeing. Since Nike owns Converse these days, well, they're pretty easy to come by. What's this? I hear something. I hear something coming. Always a bad thing in crime fiction, something coming on stage. It's the Lone Ranger back from his shower. Hi, where's my mask? My mask. How can I fight crime and evil in the early days of the West without my mask? Ah, there's my mask. How dare you steal my mask? Ohio Silver, away. Wow, these secret identity people are really difficult to deal with. I think it's probably time to put on our PF flyers or our Converse and go walking softly into that good afternoon. Thank you.